Hi everybody, welcome back for another edition of the Gladiators Roundtable. Doug Plagens here with you. We've got a few members of the Gladiators. Gladiators back on the field, of course, 7 o'clock on Saturday against the arch-rival Philadelphia Soul. That'll be the final regular season game between the two teams, and they'll see each other in the playoffs the week after that. We'll talk about that and a little bit more. It's 7 o'clock on Saturday, and of course, if you can't make it to the queue for that one, 92.3 The Fan's where to listen. My 43 WAB is where to watch. We've got CJ Cobb off the offensive line, Brian Brikowski, the MAC linebacker, and the kicker Adrian Trevino joining us here. And CJ, starting it off first with you, how big was it to, you had matters in your own hands in that game on Saturday to lock up a playoff spot? You guys went out, did what you needed to do, won the game, clinched the spot on your own, didn't need any help to do it, and did it in front of the home crowd.
Right. I mean, that was huge. That was huge not only for us, but, I mean, the whole city. Just to have another team go back into the playoffs, man, that really helps the city, be on fire and be electric, man. And for us, I mean, that was big. We were just coming off a streak of losses, man, and we just kept, bringing the wagons together and keeping it in-house and just keeping each other accountable. And that whole week of practice, business mentality, and we went out and took care of business like we were supposed to and got in. So that was a big thing.
And Brian Brikowski rejoined the team a few weeks back, and you see the defense really seem to get stronger as things have gone along. You've come back, Mario Norman's come back, guys are gelling, guys are getting healthy. What is the general feel of that defense, and how'd you feel you guys did the other night?
I think at this point in the season, it's 18-game season is a long season, and everyone gets a second win, and we're getting ours at the right time, right when we needed to, right when we needed to get a win to get into the playoffs. Like you said, I'm back here, which, I know I play well with these guys. Mario coming back was just a huge boost. The attitude that he brings to this team is like no other. And, I mean, the first three stops of that game, we wanted to come out and set the tempo. First three possessions were 3 stops. So, I mean, we got a different attitude now.
It was a good feeling in that game, no doubt about it. And Adrian, you have one of those responsibilities. You're the only guy on the team who can do what you do out there, and you've been kicking with the best of them all season long. You're near the top of the stat categories among kickers, one of the best in the AFL. What's been going well in your game this season?
Just been focusing on my technique, challenging myself every day to get better. I have a great offensive line that holds it down for me. It makes me feel comfortable.
Appreciate that,
CJ likes it. It makes me feel comfortable every game, and he's actually the one who comes up to me before every game. He's like, we have your back. And that, as a kicker, that makes me feel really, really good, confident going into every kick. That's one less thing I don't have to worry about. And with a snapper like Brick,
Yeah, there it is.
he gets it back pretty fast, so it gives me a little extra time to get in my, technique. And Deke's been doing a great job holding the ball for me all season long. So, I mean, if it wasn't for these guys making me feel comfortable out there, I don't know what kind of success I would have this year without these guys. So.
And the other thing for you, just staying in a rhythm, because in the arena game, you might go a game or two where you don't even get a chance to kick a field goal, and then all of a sudden your number's called in a big situation. How do you keep yourself loose? I know you have the extra points over and over and over, more so than in the outdoor game, but in conventional outdoor football, you might get 2, 3, 4 field goal chances a game. Not always the case in the AFL.
No, it's not. Percentages here in arena football, they take a big part of it. It's hard to, go for it on 4th down than a kicker go in there and kick a field goal on a 9-foot wide field goal post. So, I mean, you just got to go with it. When coach calls your number, you just got to go out there and just kick it through the uprights.
So looking now ahead at Philadelphia, and not just one game against Philadelphia, who you've already seen 2 times this season, and they've kind of become the arch rival of the Gladiators, but back-to-back games. One of them, the final regular season game. One of them, of course, a playoff game. So with 1 week left in the season, you guys know what's at stake. You know the Philadelphia Soul. No real secrets when you get out there. But going into this final regular season game, CJ, what are the big things you guys are going to focus on in this one, knowing that you do know where you're going for round 1, who you're playing in round 1? I'm sure you still want to make a statement, even though that round 1 matchup is already solidified.
And you said it. Make a statement. Go out there, and we're at home. And we just came off a good win. We need to ride that high, keep that going. We need to be consistent on offense. Don't take care of the ball. Don't turn it over. Have big plays. Have fun. Keep the crowd electric. For the defense, when they get on the field, they're going to get on hard hitting, turnovers, stops, anything that they can do to get us the ball back so we can go out and do our job. And then with Trevino, we know what we got with Trevino. We know we have full confidence in him. He's going to make big kicks for us, PATs, field goals, kickoffs, onside kicks, anything. We're looking to just bring everything together. It's all out to be in. the playoffs, you know. So
Love the camaraderie here on the Gladiators Roundtable. And your first game back was actually against the Philadelphia Soul. No stranger to playing against them. And I know they're one of the best offenses in the AFL, but you guys have seen them before this season. You know what makes them run, what makes them go.
Exactly.
Keys defensively for you guys against them.
Well, there's really no surprises. They're a quick three-step team, so they're going to get the ball out fast. We just have to, on the backside, like Mario, we have a saying here on defense now, front to back, back to front. So the front's got the defensive backs have the defensive front. And if our DBs can play tight coverage on them, they'll give us a couple extra seconds to get to the quarterback. It's going to take, our best rushes all game and, lockdown coverage to really stop this offense because they are tops in the league right now.
So you look ahead at 8 big quarters against the Philadelphia Soul coming up essentially when you look at these next 2 games and you want to make sure you control all of it. Adrian, this one coming up here, and CJ talked about it a little bit, but you're at home, last regular season home game. How big is this game just from that perspective of the final regular season home game? Going to be a great crowd at the Q, as there always is on a Saturday night or for any game for that matter. How big is it just from the fans' perspective, last regular season home game?
I mean, it's big. I mean, we want to go in there with the win and like he said, riding that high horse, and also I believe it's fan appreciation night as well. So we want to give something back to the fans for being supportive there all season long. Cleveland fans, my first year in Cleveland, and never got to experience anything like the Cleveland fans out there. So great fan base, and we really appreciate all their support. So we want to give them a W to end the season.
And all you Gladiators fans, hope we can see you out on Saturday night, 7 o'clock. If you haven't gotten out to a game yet this season, good chance to do so with the Gladiators taking on the Philadelphia Soul. A rivalry matchup, 7 o'clock on Saturday night. You can see these guys against Philadelphia. If you can't make it to the game, listen live on 92.3 The Fan. Watch it on My 43 WAB. Till next time, thanks very much, guys, for joining us here in the Gladiators Roundtable, and wish you the best luck this weekend.
Thank you.
Thanks very much, everybody. We'll see you next time.